Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. In an interview with 60 Minutes Australia, former royal aide Jason Knauf has offered a rare glimpse into the private anguish experienced by Prince William following the cancer diagnosis of the Princess of Wales. Mr. Knauf, who served as chief executive of the Royal Foundation for the Prince and Princess of Wales until his departure at the end of 2021, and who has also worked for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, recalled a particularly heart-rending telephone conversation with the Prince. He remarked, "Within a couple of weeks, if you're Prince William, you find out that both your wife and your father have cancer. I couldn't believe it. It was awful, absolutely awful. It's the lowest I've ever seen him. But the problem was that all this crazy conspiracy theory stuff kicked off in the background online. Was she really ill? But they didn't want to say yet that she had cancer because they hadn't told the children and they were still working through how to tell the children. It's very difficult to have this stuff play out in the public eye, but he's chosen to keep his thoughts on it private. And I think all of us who know him really have to respect that we should do the same. But I will say, of course, it's been hard and sad, especially for all of us who know both of them." Knauf did not shy away from the past bullying complaint he lodged against Meghan Markle, allegations that her team has consistently dismissed as a calculated smear campaign. Reflecting on that tumultuous period, he remarked, "I wouldn't change anything. You probably had to take your own medicine sometimes. You can't choose just to take the fun stuff in any job, and that applies to the Prince and Princess as well as everyone else working for them." In lighter moments, Mr. Knauf recounted a memorable faux pas surrounding the announcement of Princess Charlotte's birth in 2015. Tasked with drafting the official press release, he confessed to having dropped the crucial slip of paper containing the details, an incident he described with a mixture of humour and exasperation. "I had this piece of paper to go write this press release, and I think I had dropped it somewhere on the street. Oh my God," which we managed to get through but not announce it. But somewhere on that street the entire time was a piece of paper that said there had been a little princess born, what time and how much she weighed. He added that despite the chaos, neither the media nor he ever recovered that missing document. In fact, that in the end was of little consequence. Further, when the topic shifted to Prince William's recent decision to sport a beard, Knauf was refreshingly candid. "I love it. I think it's great. But I've talked to him about it, or tried to talk to him, and he's like, it's here, I have a beard, no further conversation," he revealed, adding with a twinkle in his eye, "If she didn't like it, it wouldn't be there, I can tell you that." On the subject of the future, Knauf offered his thoughts on the kind of king William might become. He shared, "The thing I have heard from Prince William is you're going to do this in your own way. Every generation of the royal family has to reinvent the role for the generation that they serve." Addressing the bitter rift between William and his brother Harry, Knauf described the situation as hard and sad, and stressed the need for discretion when discussing such personal matters. Yet he was unequivocal in wishing Harry and Meghan the absolute best, reminiscing fondly about working on their wedding. A magical experience, he says, he will always treasure. Meghan Markle now finds herself facing a notable setback over her freshly minted As Ever brand. Documents filed at the United States Patent and Trademark Office last October by her legal team sought to secure the right to sell an extensive range of products, from aprons and clothing to jams and even dog biscuits, under the As Ever banner. However, the Daily Mail reports in a 145-page partial rejection issued in July 2023, the US PTO barred her from selling clothing, citing an unfortunate similarity to As Ever, a cut-price Chinese fast fashion brand based in Shenzhen that supplies high-street retailers such as H&M. The US PTO's decision was unambiguous. It stated, "The marks are identical in sound and virtually identical in appearance and are thus confusingly similar for the purposes of determining likelihood of confusion." The accompanying paperwork further noted, "Registration of the applied for mark is refused because of a likelihood of confusion." In response, Meghan's legal team filed a revision application in January 2024, one that removed any mention of clothing and secured approval for her other product lines. Yet, should the Duchess wish to venture into the clothing market in the future, she will need to select an entirely new brand name. A Los Angeles trademark lawyer said last night, if she sells clothing under the As Ever brand, she risks being sued. Compounding the matter, the Duchess's original choice, American Riviera Orchard, had already been rejected by the USPTO on the grounds that geographical names are not eligible for trademark registration. Food giant Harry and David further objected, arguing that the name was too similar to their Royal Riviera line of pears. Meghan shared new Instagram stories from her picturesque £11 million Montecito mansion. The video clips, brimmed with relaxed charm, show Meghan taking a small break from work to soak in the weekend amid the tranquil beauty of her sprawling garden. The footage offers a series of glimpses into life at the Californian retreat. In one clip, Meghan is seen smiling warmly at the sun, while another captures her tending to her garden, water in hand and assisted by one of her children. Other moments include shots of a serene pond, the first blooms of the season, and even a scene of her squeezing fresh fruit to prepare a drink at a large outdoor table. Accompanying these serene vignettes is her beloved rescue dog, Mamma Mia, adding a further note of homely warmth to the scene. Some believe one clip appears to pay tribute to the late Princess Diana. In the clip, the Duchess of Sussex is seen ambling through the garden of her Montecito mansion, and in one memorable snippet she dons the iconic purple Northwestern jumper, the very same piece famously worn by Diana in 1996 during her visit to Northwestern University's Evanston campus. On the other hand, Meghan attended Northwestern University, so it's possible a sweatshirt is just a sweatshirt. Palace Intrigue will be right back. A controversial new book is casting fresh light on the financial affairs of Prince Andrew, and it appears that his business dealings could now be posing an immediate problem for the Queen's son. In his upcoming work, The Lives of the Duke and Duchess of York, author Andrew Lowney, who has spent 4 years meticulously investigating the Duke's life, claims that the public image of Prince Andrew as a solitary figure content with long horse rides and leisurely video games at the Royal Lodge is far from the reality. Lowney alleges that the Duke has continued his business activities with recent trips to the Middle East and Switzerland, all while financing an extravagant lifestyle. The Duke's lavish living arrangements are well documented, from occupying a 32-room Royal Lodge to owning a Swiss chalet reportedly worth £18 million, not to mention a collection of luxury watches, a £220,000 Bentley, and an array of Range Rovers, Lowney warns. The King can only hope there are no further scandals to emerge and the press and public soon lose interest in his brother. On present evidence, that is very unlikely. In addition to scrutinizing Prince Andrew's financial conduct, Lowney's research delves into the business affairs of his ex-wife, Sarah, Duchess of York, and their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. He also reveals the significant challenges he faced in his investigation. According to Lowney, researching Andrew has been a remarkably difficult process, despite the expectation that there should be thousands of publicly available files relating to his decade-long role as special representative, a period during which he was a taxpayer-funded public servant. Yet, freedom of information requests to both the Foreign Office and the Department of Business and Trade have repeatedly come back empty-handed. This opacity is compounded by the additional protection afforded to the royal family. As a result, even vital documents such as wills remain shrouded in secrecy, a matter that has previously sparked controversy following Prince Philip's death. As Lowney points out, even the contents of Queen Elizabeth's will remain unknown, leaving questions about what, if anything, the Queen may have bequeathed to Prince Andrew. Lowry's book is set for release later this year. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review of 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have a new series out currently running called White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope. Very timely and poignant, and a good series behind the methodology in the election of a new pope. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope. And it's new from Calaroga Shark Media. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.